Ooh, knock knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door, but what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Suited it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But suited it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice for the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking on the door, knocking on it one time, knocking on the door. Always sure. Knocking on the door, one time, knocking on the door. Knock. Hello. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometime, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Ooh, knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Suited it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But suited it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice for the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking on the door, knocking on it one time, knocking on the door. Always sure. Knocking on the door, one time, knocking on the door. Knock. Hello. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometime, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Oh, knock, knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door, but what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Suited it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But suited it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice with the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking in the door, knocking in it one time, knocking in the door. Always sure. Knocking in the door, one time, knocking in the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometime, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Suited it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But suited it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice with the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking in the door, knocking in it one time, knocking in the door. Always sure. Knocking in the door, one time, knocking in the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometime, you know. Fuck off. best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Oh, knock, knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door, but what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Sorted it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But sorted it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice for the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking in the door, knocking in it one time, knocking in the door. Always sure. Knocking in the door, one time, knocking in the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Oh, knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Sorted it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But sorted it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice for the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking in the door, knocking in it one time, knocking in the door. Always sure. Knocking in the door, one time, knocking in the door. Knock. Hello. something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, but a bore, lying, nothing in the coke or buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure, fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate, all the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Ooh, knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Sorted it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But sorted it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice with a dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking on the door, knocking on it one time, knocking on the door. Always sure. Knocking on the door, one time, knocking on the door. Knock. Hello. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate, all the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Sorted it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But sorted it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice with a dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about worry about that. Like, nah, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking on the door, knocking on it one time, knocking on the door. Always sure. Knocking on the door, one time, knocking on the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Suited it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But suited it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice for the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking on the door, knocking on it one time, knocking on the door. Always sure. Knocking on the door, one time, knocking on the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Suited it now, don't worry about about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax, but sorted it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice with the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what for? Do what I need to. Always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what for? But do what I need to. Always sure. Knocking in the door, knocking in it one time, knocking in the door. Always sure. Knocking in the door, one time, knocking in the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what you for? Do what I need to. Always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry. Nah, mate. Knock. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door, but what's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what for? But do what I need to. Always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what for? But do what I need to. Always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now. Yeah, more tax. Sorted it now. Don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But sorted it now. Don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice with the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what for? Do what I need to. Always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what for? But do what I need to. Always sure. Knocking in the door, knocking in it one time, knocking in the door. Always sure. Knocking in the door, one time, knocking in the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental. No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door. What's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental. Yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying. Yeah, what you for? Do what I need to. Always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometimes.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, okay, Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Two Cold, bro. What's good?
Man, nothing much. Just grabbing me some ice and something to drink real quick. Fix your mic, bro. You don't sound as clear.
Shit, how I sound now?
Oh, you better now.
There we go. As we got Big Boy in the building, Big Boy says, "What's good?" Oh yeah, we on like a pot of neck bone. We ain't on here for a long time, just a good time. We on match number 3 of 5 on Saturday night's main event. My boy, what's good?
Hey, man, so far not a bad show.
Not a bad show at all. Not a bad show at all. Let me see. I got my other mic right here, so I'm about to turn this bad baby on. So we back.
Oh, you good. You crystal.
Yes, yes, sir. My man said we crystal clear, man. Hey, baby.
Yeah. There we go. Earl says, "What up, Earl?" Earl says, "Selena as champ isn't working for me."
All right, I still sound good. I switched mics. We good?
Yeah, you good.
Oh yeah. Oh, do we got R-Truth coming out to John Cena theme? Hell nah. R-Truth a fool.
Ron Cena. He's Ron Cena. He's Ron Cena.
He got the black child. He got the black R-Truth in the middle.
Yeah. The last time, boy, this is a joke like no other.
Bruh.
This is a straight joke, man.
Oh man. Okay,
Earl says all sounds good. No adjustments needed. Ooh, Earl, appreciate
so I think I'm sure how this match is gonna go. But after this match, I got some comments.
Man, you shit. Hell, you ain't got to wait. Shit, you ain't got to wait, my boy.
Whoa,
speak your mind.
Well, because I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Because I thought this match was gonna possibly go one way, but John Cena like he about to beat R-Truth, bro. He about to beat the fuck out of
R-Truth. And right now, pow, just clothesline the shit out of him. Hell yeah. You think it's a joke? Yes, sir. Celtics up 2-0. Yeah. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how far they can go, Earl. Abel, Seth, Bron Breaker, and Reed. Now, I will say that to start things off a little bit, man. The Bron Breaker Reed thing, I didn't see that one coming.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I don't think Bron Breaker or not Bron Breaker. I don't think Bronson Reed needed that group.
I don't think he needed that group either. But again, we're still trying to figure out what the hell the purpose of what Seth is doing. Like, what's the grand scheme of what? Like, you got Bron Breaker. Okay, now you bring in Bronson Reed. These are two guys who we feel is supposed to be a part of the future, the future of the company and the dominance and whatever.
Right.
Other than just being two lackeys for Seth Rollins, but in which they're not lackeys, they're being presented pretty well. At least Bron is. But what's the end goal? And we don't know what that is just yet. So because we don't know what that is just yet, right, we gotta wait a minute. As R-Truth taking another clothesline as we got the black Cena versus the white Cena.
we got Ron versus John. Hell no. Nah.
I can't see nothing. All I see is Jorts wrestling in the ring. I don't see nothing.
Man, bro. I know Cena said he was gonna kill wrestling and he was gonna make wrestling not fun. But bro, I know this is what we wanted. We wanted something different from Cena. But I feel like this last run is so half-assed, man, dude.
It is half-assed.
This is the case. He just could have came and did his greatest hits. If we're gonna get this shit, he could have just came and did the greatest hits as a babyface. And you know what? Fuck it.
When I think of The Rock, when you think of The Rock after the Hogan, after he had the Hogan match,
yeah,
you had the slow turn of him turning heel.
Yeah.
And which he pretty much did the same thing in what John Cena did. He had the same complaint, but he made you saw the slow build of it. You saw little tidbits of The Rock changing his attitude and the way he talked to people. And then he was the Hollywood Rock. You got a slow transition into him becoming that. Even when he was there, not there, not there. You when you did see him, you seen little tidbits of it time after time. We didn't get none of that with John Cena. Even though you could say him saying everything that he was saying, but in the beginning prior to the turn. My issue with that is that's everything he's been saying for years before. So it's like it wasn't nothing different. I didn't hear anything different. Even if he had a different intent for it, I didn't hear anything different because it's the same thing he's been saying.
Right.
So now that he's done the turn and it was so out of nowhere, the out of nowhere wasn't the problem. It was the delivery of the out of nowhere and then the execution afterwards. We waited 3 weeks to hear anything about it. And then when we did hear something about it, it was half-assed. When you think of the video package they gave prior to the match starting, when the way they edited it made sense. The way everything he said, they put it together where it made so much sense.
Yeah.
But when you watch what he's had to say and you see how everything went, you're like, nah, we know that's bullshit. WWE's great at making things look better than what they really were.
Yeah.
And we've always given them credit for that. But it never got to where it needed to be because John seemed all over the place.
Yeah.
Even though he kind of, I mean, he did say what it was, but still, it was all over the place. Now our truth is,
you see Cena having second thoughts.
That's what you get. Kicked in the nuts, and the win is over. He lied, he cheated, he stole. Oh man, good thing I don't have a camera on me because I am pulling a franchise at the moment, commentating from the
porcelain throne.
Porcelain throne room. Hey, I'm glad you do not need a camera. We ain't gonna never get another episode of that. I can tell you that right now. Big Boy says, funny thing is the War Games match actually played until Bronson joined Seth. When you think about it could have, but he joined the bloodline.
Yeah,
like he joined the bloodline and got hurt. It wasn't like he was off TV by a creative decision. He got hurt, and that was what that was.
Damn, Cena finally hit truth with the belt, then got the hell up out of there.
Hey man, he got to build up on his heel. Like this is fine. Like that was cool. You played our truth, but
I don't know why.
Feel a remorse. Bump that. You didn't committed to the shit. Commit to the shit.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You better go the whole summer as a ball kicking.
You better go the whole turn. You better go the whole turn all the way up to the end. And then you can get your flowers. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen,
Leo?
APP is we can take it down. We can take it down. We can take it down. Earl. Who I know you got like a cabinet full of write-ups. But my boy, go ahead and burn them all. Just go ahead and burn them all, man, because we happy that our boy showed up. What's up, Leo? My boy says, I know it's been a while, but I've been focusing and locking in on myself the whole time I've been gone. Well, Leo, first and foremost, that is a must. You do what you got to do that's best for you, brother. So we're proud of that, and we're glad that you found the way and the path that you needed for you to continue to grow and be the awesome person that you are. But most definitely, my man, we are glad to see you back. Hope all is good with you and the family. Bro.
Yo.
John Cena, man. John Cena. I mean, we watched it. We saw it. What was your thoughts? What is that thing that you got to say that you wanted to wait until after you saw what it was that you had to see? Because I think we already saw what it is. We knew what we were gonna see, but what is your words, my man?
I love our truth. I love him to death. And you know what? We definitely may be over the hit. Oh, Leo said he's down 45 pounds and counting. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Leo. I love our truth, man. I understand his role in WWE supposed to be like the comedic relief and everything like that. I just wish, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much because maybe we got too much young up and coming talent. But I just really wish, man, that he would have had at least one more serious run in his career. Even after the whole little Jimmy shit. I understand the little Jimmy thing was him getting punished for some backstage shit. So they kind of, he was kind of the butt of the joke with that. But I kind of wish, man, they made my boy Truth a little more serious.
Because you was already making him look like a damn fool anyway. So what was you really gonna do with it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. And then this shit with John Cena, like I say, like I'm trying to be grateful. I'm trying to be in the moment with Cena because I know, man, literally after this year, after December, we won't see him in the ring as a wrestler again. So it's just like, man, I don't know. See, I think because the last time he was quote unquote a heel, the whole Doctor of Thugonomics thing, and I think because that's not what we're getting. And to be honest, it wasn't gonna work now anyway. We're in a different era, different generation. It wasn't gonna work, but I feel like my dude phoning it in, and I'm trying to figure out, is this like is the character purposely like this, or is Cena really just like not sure? Because like I said, it just feel like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? And I think if I felt like he gave more of an effort and it just wasn't working, that's different. But I kind of feel like I don't really know if he's really giving it his all as a full heel. Like he coming out and he's still doing the whole towel thing. And it's like, bruh, it's kind of like you serving two masters. Like, bruh, do you want to be loved or do you want to be hated?
You want both.
And because we know when he retired or his last match or last month, we already know, bro. When that last bell ring, the crowd gonna love you anyway. So it's like, why not just go all out to be as devious as you can be?
Because the problem with the turn is we didn't get no build to it. Like, okay, when you think of Hogan,
Yeah,
it was kind of like way out of nowhere, even though you kind of probably saw it coming.
yeah.
You look back on it now, you can see the build up to it coming, but it still played its part in you believing that he was coming out to save everybody, as he always does. Because why? He's Hulk Hogan. What does Hulk Hogan do? He comes out and saves the good people from the bad people.
But even though the initial turn was out of nowhere, when he
gave that leg drop, but when he gave the leg drop though, that's when the shock value hit. Like so for Cena, it was the low blow. It was the shock value. It was again the delivery. It was the hug and the look and the cutthroat. It was just too much. You didn't need that. You just needed the shock value. He could have hugged him, dapped him up. Yeah, man, good shit. Bow. Oh, and then The Rock could have been like, and then you could have. It sometimes is all about the delivery and how you do it and how it can be presented. It could have been saved if it still had a little time, but there are steps that I think you took too early and steps you took too late.
Well, and that's exactly because when you say with Hogan, when the leg drop happened, it was shock value. But when you look at what happened with the NWO a year and some change down the line, everybody in that group benefited. Now, at a certain point, it got to the point to where it became too much, but everybody benefited. You know, when Hogan explained what he did, it eventually made sense whether you agree with him or not. When Cena did it, The Rock was such a big part of it, but it's just like, bro, the reasoning for you doing it is like, so I don't 100% blame Cena. I really blame The Rock and creative too, because again, The Rock, that was kind of some fuck shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, damn, dude, I really feel like it's kind of like, okay, let me ask you this. Do you think this is going to be a stain on his career? And when I say that, I mean, when you look at the reasoning for him turning, the way that he won his 17th championship, or do you think at the end of the day, man, you think, in the history books, people are going to be like, hey, man, at the end of the day, 17 times, it don't really matter how he won it, because for the other 16, my boy was there and he did what the fuck he had to do. Like, do you think that moment in time isn't going to be that big in the grand scheme once we get past him actually being an active in-ring competitor and we kind of like settle down?
The theory of him turning heel to win his 17th is not a problem.
Yeah.
Uso versus John in front of. Hold on, what's about to happen? Okay, what's about to happen here?
Hold on.
I'm gonna get to my thoughts in a second. Hold on.
Hold on. I'm about to spoke too fast.
Now this is better. This was better. This is a heel Johnson. That shit talking, what he just said right there, that's a heel Johnson.
Hold on.
I can buy it.
I gotta digest this. I gotta digest this because I like that. See, this is what I'm talking about. Be a fucking prick. Be a fucking prick. Talk your shit. Be a little arrogant, pompous piece of shit. Bro, Johnson and Jey Uso, both with the titles on them. Hey, I can't wait till the next time I see you. I see what you did, you little slick mouth bastard. I see you. Okay. And you know the internet will melt.
Yeah, no,
Jey Uso becomes
no titles on the line. No titles on the line.
No, true. But here's the thing.
No titles
the
on the
internet
line.
would melt if Logan Paul became the world champion. Oh my God. Like John Cena say. From a hardcore wrestling fan, it'll ruin wrestling. For the mainstream, it'll probably do fucking numbers because, WWE don't give a fuck about us no more.
They would love it, but then it would kill the authenticity of the wrestler. That this part-time guy. It's one thing for him to get this many title opportunities is one thing. You think about it. Logan Paul's only been in the WWE for a short while. He's gone up against Roman for the WWE Undisputed.
Yeah.
And now he's going up against Jey Uso, and he's been the United States champion. Bro, he's been active. He's been active and he's been involved. He hasn't really been there all like that. He's been on a Roman schedule, but he's been around enough to have these opportunities and done these things to where he kind of already has won when you really think about it. I mean, the dude was a United States champion. Let's digest that. Regardless of how you feel about the United States Championship, let's acknowledge the fact that he was the United States champion and he held this belt. Okay, where there's other guys like a Jacob Fatu and all them other type guys that were around even before Jacob, but he was the champion and he was holding it. And what was the big thing for LA Knight? He beat a YouTuber to become United States champion.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing why some people probably just don't really feel LA Knight, because it's like, you beat Logan Paul. You should have beaten Logan.
Yeah.
You better not have lost to Logan Paul. Hell, the person who I don't even remember who Logan Paul beat for the United States Championship. But but at the same time, I should. It might have been LA Knight.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody else.
Or Rey Mysterio. Was it Rey Mysterio?
But it was Rey Mysterio. It was Rey Mysterio. That's what it was. It was Rey. So, yeah.
Bro.
I mean, that's a stain on his record.
Let me ask you this. Travis Scott.
Yeah, correspondent right back on you.
Let me ask you this. Travis Scott, John Cena, and I forget it's one more person. Oh my God. Damn, I'm losing my damn mind. But anyways, with Travis Scott, John Cena, somebody else in a 3-on-3 Money in the Bank against the Usos and Cody Rhodes. Bruh, I do not want to see that shit. I don't want to see
Logan Paul.
Yes, Logan Paul. Thank you.
Oh,
Logan Paul.
It'd be, speaking of coincidence, I'm going off topic a little bit, but speaking of coincidence, now remember how we had the conversation about WWE doing their pay-per-views and shows during the same time as AEW? Double or Nothing coming up this weekend. They got Saturday night main event tonight. They got NXT tomorrow. On July 7th weekend, when it was announced, it was AEW Grand Slam Mexico. What is WWE doing? They're doing AAA Worlds Collide, and then they're doing Money in the Bank that Saturday night. And then they just confirmed they're doing Saturday night main event July 12th. They're doing the Women's Evolution July 13th. That's All In weekend. Like, come on, man. This ain't a coincidence. I just want to point that out. Hey, this ain't a coincidence. All right, that this is happening. But I question it again: is it a good thing or is it a bad thing that they're putting on these pay-per-views with AEW? Is it forcing AEW to either step up or get stepped on?
Well, so here's where I got this is where I got to kind of take it into an account. I feel like right now, if anything, it's a compliment to AEW because it's like, bro, they're going out of their way to try to crush you. Now, whether that happens or not, okay. So, okay, with the Evolution pay-per-view, as much as I love the Evolution pay-per-view, I'm gonna be watching it. I'm gonna be tuned in, locked in, of course. But do I think the Evolution pay-per-view will take over or beat All In? No. And to be fair, not because it's the Evolution pay-per-view, I don't think any pay-per-view outside of the big four that WWE puts on would overtake All In on the same night. Like, unless your card is just that fucking stacked, if it ain't a Mania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, or Royal Rumble, you're not going up against All In. Hell, or All Out.
Money in the Bank.
Or money, yeah. So that's the one thing I will say. I'm not worried for AEW when it comes to pay-per-views. Oh, TK got that in the bag. So the fact that WWE is going out of their way again, one time, okay, it might be a coincidence. 2 times, okay, it's getting a little suspicious, bro. When you start doing 3, 4, and like you say, a whole last weekend, and you just announcing like multiple pay-per-view. And it's not like you're doing one pay-per-view, bro. You try to kill the whole weekend. and then
you're doing an American Bash week, and you're doing an NXT American Bash, so they are doing something in July for NXT.
Yeah, and the thing is too, and then you do AAA, who's one of the partners at one point in time with AEW. So it's just kind of like, hey. So
I got another one for you.
Talk to me, bro. What's up?
No, he said, "Now it's your time to save wrestling too, Cole." Hey, I'm gonna try to. I got another thing for you. Now I wonder. Now you know how El Vicino, the AAA champion, you know how he was in AEW, right? And you know how people was critiquing him, right?
Yeah.
Wonder how people gonna feel the same way if he's in WWE.
Oh, bro, he
I wonder if people gonna feel the same way. I wonder if people gonna look at what he does and whether or not if it'll be too much, too little, or whatever. But I wonder if they're gonna give the same critique of his style and what they allow him to do. Because again, in AEW, it ain't so much as TK's running what he does. He allows the athletes to be what they are. He allowed them to be what got you to be who you are. You're just going to showcase it on the show and have a good match. But there were things and structures of the matches sometimes we question certain things that he did. Let's say we got to get there. We got to get there to see it. But let's say we get there, we see it. We don't see it different. Is it the same reaction or is it different because it's WWE? This is groundbreaking. This is exciting.
So yeah, I got a 2-part answer to that. The first part is this: if Penta and Rey Fenix are any good examples, I think that's kind of how you would see Vikingo presented. Like, do I think he still do some of his death-defying aerial shit? Yeah, but if you notice, even with Penta doesn't do nearly as much crazy shit on a week-to-week basis in WWE that he's done in AEW. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
like in AEW, like in AEW, like Penta and Rey, they was going balls to the wall every single Dynamite, every single show. They still do it, but I feel like they pick more of their spots. Like, they still keep their style, but they wrestle more of a WWE style. You can tell, like, their style in WWE is a little more tame. They still do some shit, but it's a little more reserved. With Vikingo, I think it'll be a little more tame. But here's the thing. We already know what it is, bro. We already said this 1,000 times. Pro wrestling is copy and paste. Bro, nobody watches AEW. Nobody watches that garbage. Now all of a sudden everybody Rey Fenix fans. Now all of a sudden everybody goddamn Penta fans. You know what I'm saying? But in WWE, it was trash. They was nothing but high-flying spot monkeys. You know what I'm saying? So now Vikingo, oh my God. Bro, they about to try to sit here and present this guy like he ain't never stepped foot on American television. So
ever. Like, we ain't never seen this dude before. Man, they finding the gems. Leo would know. It's not just because of who he is, it's how involved he is into the business of wrestling. But he would know. And my man says, man, AAA is truly a terrible company. Most of their roster is old, overweight dudes. I'm sorry, is old, overweight dudes that can't even move. Now, I would think some of the people they shown are probably the best that they got, but obviously because it's going to be, they advertise Viking's going to face Chad Gable.
And apparently, from what I read in the press release, Viking, he's going to be like pretty much the face of the AAA WWE merger. So like he's going to be like their top guy that WWE is going to push from that side over there.
Right. Chris says it sucks WrestleMania bailed out of New Orleans. It is kind of suck that day, but apparently they're gonna get something in return. So
Money in the bank.
Coca-Cola 600 and NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Whoever scheduled NXT for tomorrow night is an idiot. Hey, look, they had Saturday Night Main Event tonight,
and don't forget AEW tomorrow. Really an idiot. Whoa, WWE.
But and the NXT should have came out earlier today.
And that's what I like about AEW. Because if you notice with AEW, if it's a big ass pay-per-view weekend on the WWE side, what has TK been doing lately? Oh, Collision? Yeah, fuck that. Hey, my boy, we putting that shit on Thursday. Like, yeah, y'all ain't about to fuck with us. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, TK been getting smart with this shit. WWE gonna learn, bro. God don't like ugly.
I mean, but it's all good. But again, is it good for business? That
it is. It is.
That's why I keep asking that question. Like, yeah, you can't keep telling me it's a coincidence. This is like the fourth or fifth thing they got scheduled where they're the same weekend as them. It's like, dude, come on now, y'all ain't. If the issue is you trying to compete with people and what they're watching, you got to understand only certain people are going to pay the $60 to watch AEW. Anybody else, they ain't paying to watch it. So when they critique it, they critiquing off shit they either read or highlighted or something, and they just want to be shit about it. But not to.
And that's something else too, that like not to give AEW an out, because we're gonna critique AEW the same way we critique WWE. But I think a lot of people need to take that into account too. When they be talking about viewership and all that, when it comes to pay-per-views and shit like that, like, only this many people. Bruh, if you can somehow manage to get like 90,000 to 95,000 people to pay $60 just in the US on bruh, I think that's pretty damn good. Because I'm gonna tell you what. If it wasn't for the fact it was AEW, I'm not paying $60 for a fight. I'm not paying $60 for a WWE pay-per-view. I'm telling you that shit right now. You couldn't prize $60 out of me to buy Money in the Bank.
They do that. We're gonna be at every other pay-per-view. We're gonna be at every other pay-per-view podcast. I swear we're gonna be. Hey, look, Earl. Hey, Earl, what's that link again? For real.
Do you remember when we first started? You remember when we first started doing the GLW? And I was we like 5 matches behind.
Man, it's like, man, y'all tripping, man. This ain't how this gonna go. Leo says Alberto Del Rio is currently AAA champion.
He back signed with WWE. Yeah.
Well then, hey, I mean, if he there, he gonna be there. He gonna be there. All right, we're gonna see how that works out for him. But I don't know. I just question a lot of that and what's gonna happen. Right now is Drew and Damian is having a steel cage match, which ain't really too bad, but it ain't really too special.
Is this the main event? We got one more match.
No, we got one more match. Damian's about to go off. Oh, bam, suplex from the top of the cage. Two old ass men suplexing each other off the top of the cage. Both of their ass like 40-something years old. Drew still can keep up. Like he's still young. But whoa, he kicked out of him. Yeah, he kicked out his finisher. Wow. I mean, they got to show Damian's toughness. I mean, Priest ain't no slouch though. Let's be honest. Drew might have been getting his number, but he really ain't no slouch.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to ask those couple of questions, man. I had to bring those couple of points up, man. Since we sitting here, just shooting the shit with the people for a minute, man. I just saw that stuff and I'm like, man, I could have sworn we just had this conversation. And when Allie was telling me, because she was thinking it was on the weekend before, I'm like, okay, cool. They put in the Evolution weekend. They're just giving it its own weekend. There's nothing else coming on. It's just that. So you get all the press and everything to that. You don't have to worry about something else taking any type of press or anything from it. But no, now the thing here is All In is Saturday. So Saturday night's main event is competing with All In.
Right.
Sunday is the Evolution pay-per-view. So they got Sunday. So they're not competing directly with All In, but they're it's the same weekend. So that's you take that as you want, I guess. But, for the most part, though.
Yeah.
Again, these next few pay-per-views, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Hey, no. Hey, according to WWE, WWE doesn't see color or competition.
Apparently, boy. Apparently, we gonna see, man. Because how many retired women they gonna pull back in for Evolution? Honestly, they're gonna bring some. I don't doubt we're gonna get some. I think the difference is we won't see them wrestle because let's be honest. Let's be honest. Do WWE have enough women to put on their own pay-per-view? Yes. Now I would say yes. Between NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, again, you don't have to put on a lot of matches. You're not trying to compete with what Vince did the first time. The way you do pay-per-views now, man, you do 5 to 7 matches. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. You put on a couple of title matches because you got enough women's singles champions, so you give them a title shot. The tag team, well, if Liv can come back from what she's doing, you put the tag team titles on. If not, then you make you probably get a special tag team match. I'm pretty sure of it. Trish will probably come back and help somebody.
Oh, you already know. You know Trish. She got a contract for these type of things.
Right. So you will get that. But when I'm thinking of like quantity of like how many, I'm not thinking you have to put on a lot of matches. Because again, what has Triple H been doing? They've been putting on the most they've been giving you is 7 matches. For the most part, you've been getting 7 matches. I think one pay-per-view they put on 8, but I think one of the matches was kind of like a throwaway. But other than that, 5 to 7 matches, a couple of hours. That's all you need to do. But you have a lot more now women that can go than you do retired women you're going to try to get to come in just to fill spots. That's why I say you get the retired women, but I think there'll be more promos backstage, out commentary. So there's little stuff like that to really make it feel like it's an all women's pay-per-view.
And the thing is too, like you said, I like how you said the backstage. Even if you don't necessarily have women in the ring, you could introduce like maybe some NXT talent that's popping. You know what I'm saying, in the backstage, and like you said, they can have an interaction. Like you can have like a Jada Parker randomly talking backstage with Mickey James or fucking Trish Stratus, who might not even be in the match, but just got to get eyes on them, highlight them a little bit.
Or you have the time. You now given a date. You've got a little bit over a month. Build up some rivalries. Have some cross matches. Have some of the NXT women fight some of the main roster women. You can do a few things, and you could still bring. It's not hard. It's not hard. You got enough time to build up. You're just building up something to have for the show, and it's not that hard. It ain't got to be the greatest thing ever. It's just good.
Let me ask you this, because Natalia said, Natalia said this, and I want to ask you a question. We talk about the Evolution pay-per-view, which is like basically a one-off. Would you like to see an all-women's actual wrestling show? Consider that NXT and the main roster have the talent. Would you mind seeing like an hour show dedicated to nothing but women's wrestling?
As Damian Priest gave Drew the Concerto, and go ahead and step down, man. You go back in, you lose. You go back in, you lose. Would I like to see an all-women show? The problem with that is you don't. Well, maybe you would. Maybe you would have.
You got the women.
You got the women. You got the women. I guess it's all about the structure.
I guess my thing is I want to know how it would pair storyline wise with your current product, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, like how would you figure like what shows would carry
So
over?
basically, you're just giving the men their own show and the women their own. Because let's be honest.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Like,
yeah,
are you gonna really be able to keep up with that much from that many shows? Like, if you're gonna give a Raw where you're gonna have both, and then you give the women their show, and then you give the SmackDown, and then you got the pay-per-views, and then whatever. You got a lot going on, and you already got a lot going on right now.
yeah.
You got NXT, you got LFG, you got Evolve, you got a lot going on. So
And not to mention they want to try to start an NXT UK by the end of the year, allegedly.
right, I told you that. You're right. They want to get back to that NXT Europe. They want to get back over there. For now, the what was it called before NXT UK? They got rid of that, so now they want to be NXT Europe and Asia and Japan and all that stuff. We all know that, but you gotta look at all that, man, and you gotta question whether or not if they can or if they can't. And I don't think they can take in all that. Like, that's a lot, and that's a lot for them. So I don't think the women necessarily need a 3-hour show because then you're using all the ladies. I think that's
Yeah.
the only way that works. You can't use it's got to be all of them. But do you need them for the other two shows, or do you just give them that one show where they can have the sole focus? You're not trying to do one thing on one show and then. I mean, you could probably have the women show up and wrestle, but
Right.
I don't know, man. I guess it depends on who you decide to use for the women's show.
Speaking of WWE having so much content to try to write and for it fill out, so WWE they're coming out with WWE Real, which is them pretty much exposing the creative process behind the scenes. Triple H is one of the main guys that's featured in the trailer, and they're gonna show in the writers' room how they come up with matches, how they come up with storylines, how they come up with who wins and who loses. Now, you and I, we've had this conversation many times over the years. Certain people being out of touch, right? Certain people not necessarily getting a chance. Do you think now with them exposing who they choose, how they choose, storylines, stuff like that, like do you think that this idea, even though it sounds great, do you think maybe some stuff should be kept like secret? Like, do you think not everybody needs to see how the sausage is made per se?
I don't. Well, see, I got to see how much of that we gonna actually see. How much of that creative process we're gonna see. How much of that's gonna be in. How much shit are we gonna hear where it sounds good? And how much of that shit where it sounds bad? And again, will it actually help? Because will it take away from people? Because let's be honest, man, we know it's scripted, so it ain't.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a daytime drama show.
yeah.
Young and the Restless. It's Guiding Light. It's the what is it? As the World Turns. It's all those, man. General Hospital. It's all that shit. It's just.
And it's funny, like listening to the way my wife described it, a bunch of dudes in their drawers. And it's funny because when you break it down, no matter how masculine you try to make that shit sound, that's really what it comes down to. Baby oil dudes with slick hair in their drawers. And
And
you
we
gonna be
sitting here
cheering
watching
for them.
that
You
shit
say, go.
and we cheering for him, going crazy for him. We sitting here having debates about this. We're having debates about men and they draws with baby
Singing
oil,
their theme song.
walking down like Diddy saying, "Take that, take that, take that, take that." No, like, come on, man. Like, dude, that hell yeah, man. No, but seriously, that's and that's the, but that's sports. I mean, look at boxing. All they do is got on shorts.
Yeah. Hey, football, they got on tights.
I mean, go to baseball.
Yeah.
That's what half the shit they like is half the shit women like. Shit, they get to see everything. But I no man, who we talking about? Damn, I forgot. Just got thrown off.
Oh, sorry. We're talking about seeing behind the creative process.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes. I gotta really wait to see how much of that behind the scenes conversation we're gonna really see.
Yeah.
Like they may show us some of the other thing as far as how wrestlers get ready and just some of the camaraderie amongst some people and just how you might get more of that, but I don't know if we're gonna get total access to creative control
Right.
until it's like down the line afterwards. Like the stuff that they probably been filming, the pay-per-view that been happened already. So the stuff we gonna see is probably gonna be lead up for WrestleMania. So again, how does like stuff like that? So we gonna it's stuff that's already been made the decision on. So we don't have to get the chance to sit there and say you should have did this or you could do this or you could do that. But we will because when we hear some of the ideas and be like, damn, why didn't y'all go with that? Because you thought this. Because you thought that. And we're still going to find a reason to critique it. I don't know. We're still going to find a way to say something.
I hope they show The Rock fucking us over in real time.
Oh no, that's going on. I mean, they could, but you know how they all edit all that. So again,
for sure.
you still got the lightweight question.
Yeah.
The authenticity of it. That's why I say I got to see how much they're going to actually show of the backstage. Like how much of that are we going to really get insight into? Because they're going to try to make it seem like it's all hokey-dokey like it is, but we know enough. We've heard from enough people like, yeah, it's WWE. It's a certain level of things, but
yeah,
there's also certain things about it that's like, and I wonder if we're going to get to see actually those things.
Oh man, dude, you know what I'm ready for?
Jesse
I'm ready for tomorrow, bro. I'm so hyped. I'm ready to go to sleep and wake up and not go to work and then go to work and do the podcast.
Man, you got to work tomorrow?
Hell no.
Oh shit, we both off. All right, bet.
Oh, hey, we freeze, boss.
We free.
We free.
That off season time.
Hell
that
yeah.
off season time. Right now, man, they doing that intro. Well, not the intro, the promo for that boy Jey Uso.
Hey, first of all, hey, did you hear what Jesse said earlier? And more, not Moro. What's my dude, man? Joe. He had to hurry up and cut him off and send it over to the company. When he was talking about, hey, now they're talking about Logan Paul, and he's like, hey, do you think Mike Tyson's going to show up and take another dive tonight? And Joe hurried up and cut his ass all quick as fuck and sent that shit back to Pat and Michael. I said, Joe know ball. He know what's up.
Joe don't give a shit. Like y'all crap on me because I wanted to unionize and get y'all paid fair and all this other stuff. Y'all want to shit on me?
Crazy. Like, think about how different wrestling would have been if Hogan would have shut the fuck up.
Then he wouldn't have got paid all that money.
Hey, everybody's trying to be Mr. Dimes.
Hogan was thinking of himself.
Yeah. Hey, to be fair, it worked out for him. But yeah, God.
It worked out because of WCW.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I mean, I know Turner and that whole network, the execs really didn't give a fuck about wrestling. But if you think about it, Hogan killed WCW and he damn near killed TNA. Like, bro, you almost killed two of the biggest companies by your damn self.
It was just it was the creative control. But the problem with that was it's the control of Vince that made them want to have that so much. Yeah. When you think about it, when Scott Hall and them left, you don't think they wanted to be champions and be more? But
that's true.
How Vince saw them. So, yeah.
I think it's crazy, bro. When you listen to John Cena, Vince McMahon, to this day, not WWE, Vince McMahon owns this man's whole last name. That's crazy to me. Like, I can't do shit as myself without WWE getting a check. That's crazy. It ain't like, I'm made up.
Like, dude, Razor Ramon should have been a multi-time WWE champion.
Oh, easy. Like, there is no way. He had everything. Charisma, could cut promos, had the look, had the build, had the gimmick, could wrestle. It's like, bro, to this day, I don't understand. And then you hear shit like Shawn Michaels. He could have been champion more than what he was, but he didn't even want the title. Like, that's crazy. Do you know how good you got to be to be like, yeah, I don't even want this shit. That's wild.
But at the same time, guys were holding the title for length of time. So
Yeah, that's true.
You know, only certain people was being transitional like that.
Yeah.
But Reggie Ramon could have been one of them guys. There's a couple of guys that could have won the championship. And you could have still had the good guy come in and take the title. Bret Hart, Undertaker, Hogan,
That's
whoever,
the thing.
whatever.
Piper never won the big one, did he?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's a who's who of who ain't never should have won it, but should have gotten it won. Piper is definitely one of them.
Oh yeah. Did they just go to commercial?
Earl says, "Man, I am up for Raw being exclusively for a women's division and SmackDown being for a men's. They could do that. They could do that. They must be writing off Drew for his injury. Big boy, they are. He's talking about his neck.
Drew's he's injured still. Yeah, he went into this match injured.
He doesn't. He didn't take time off.
Yeah.
Leo says, I hate the way of winning by leaving the cage, just walking out, two-stepping. I got
you. Yeah, I miss when you actually had to crawl out the fucking cage, climb over that bitch, or by pinfall or submission.
Well, they went out the door, but normally when they went out the door, they were dragging themselves out the door. That's what made it look a little bit more okay. Yeah. But for him to just walk out like that, I think that's what.
Then he sat there and contemplated on the steps and shit.
Right, like he was gonna go back in. It was just the walkout that was the issue, more than because normally we've seen guys crawl to the end and crawl barely out, and they dying, and people go crazy for it. So it's like, I can see why the walkout just seemed really, but I mean, after you control somebody like that,
yeah,
I mean, shit, you should be able to just walk out. To be honest, you should be able to just walk out. Earl says Cat and them killing OKC by 30.
Hey, go ahead, man. Let that young bull go ahead and get one. Let a real hitter get one.
Hey, we're gonna see what New York do in game 3.
Bro, have you been seeing all of, the Karl Anthony Towns memes and shit? Him talking. He like, what are we doing? Go team! Rebound! Get the ball! Bro, they been killing my boy with the voiceovers. But it's him, but it's Cat dogging motherfuckers though, bro. Like he yamming on people in the highlights, and they got him talking shit, but in his voice, he like, I dumped on you, yay, Zubac.
Because they made they gotta leave that man.
Bro, they be killing my boy.
They gotta leave that man alone. They gotta leave that man alone.
Hey, you see what Hallie doing? They talked all that shit about Hallie. Hallie out here balling, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. Earl says, man, I don't like the look of Jay's entrance. Looks like a rewind moment. I mean, I think it was just the aesthetic of the way he came out, but it's the same thing he'd been doing. He just came from the top and then came down, and the way he just came down, and then he went in and out to come down. That's all. It was just the design of the ring.
Hey, man, I'm gonna make a wish next time we go to WWE.
I gotta get some more of these other comments.
Oh,
look at man boy over there breaking stuff.
Shit. Damn, cuz.
Drew could have gotten at least a little offense in the match, Leo says. Man, Earl says, Leo, please report to the party to the porta potty cleanup area. You have been reassigned to squeezing the walls of the catch tanks. Damn, that's
bro. You know what's fucked up? You know the cup that broke.
What's up?
The goddamn one we got. Hell no, bro. That been broke. The goddamn one from the Funny Bone.
Oh damn, yeah.
Bro, that was my favorite cup. That's what happened. I put too much liquor in that motherfucker. That's what happened.
You put not put too much liquor. You had something in it, or was it empty?
Well, it's empty now.
It's empty now.
Yeah, this shit is in the carpet.
Catch up, Chris. What's up, Chris?
Oh,
Chris says, I need to save wrestling. Earl says 72-38, 28 seconds till half. Whew. All right, Minnesota. We're going to see how that works out for you. Because I've seen Oklahoma City be down 30. Come back and take that thing, boy.
Mm-hmm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally in the main event. It's got 10 minutes. I don't know. I think it might go past 10 o'clock, but we'll see.
Oh, I can see. No, it say 2 hours. Like they got it clocked out at 2 hours. It's 1:49. This match ain't going long.
I'll tell you what, man. I know goddamn well Logan Paul better not fucking win. I'll tell you that shit.
I mean,
Nah, I just thought about it. They ain't gonna have Jay lose. Nah, hell no. Nah. What am I doing? I'm smoking.
Yeah. Trying to make all look legit. Wow. What up, Bo?
Mm.
Give me
No, you good. Go ahead. I'm recording. Damn, bro.
Oh man, no, I was talking to the wife.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I was talking to Gabe. Shit, I said he. Oh, damn. Wait, we recording. Jeez.
Yeah, don't forget me.
Yeah, never mind.
Hey, look, don't pull a too cold moment, all right, and get too
Bruh.
conversation.
Hey, you know how we be talking when we get off the air? For a minute, I had to remember that. I looked to see that the ticker was still going live.
I was about to say, don't you do it. I didn't already did it. I didn't already slipped up. I didn't gave my one for the year. So nah, don't pull my moment. Don't have a Hulk Hogan moment.
We coming for you.
I'm coming for you. Oh, that shit was so funny because that shit just rolled. Like it just rolled so effortlessly. There like there was no effort of trying to hold it back or nothing. It just
Man, bro. Hey,
it was just gone.
that's how you know we be having real conversations, man. We just
Oh man, real comfortability, man. Too comfortable, man.
come on now. Hey, what Oligarch say? When we're here, we're family.
Earl says this match is going to end because of Gunther. Gunther is going to come out and cause some.
You know what's crazy?
I'm actually okay with that because then Logan Paul doesn't win.
Right.
Because he wants to beat Jay. So let's be honest. He lost to Jay. He wants to beat Jay. So obviously, Jay's gonna take that in. Or Logan Paul. Logan Paul will probably get the win because Gunther will probably come out and beat up Jay.
Yeah.
So then Logan Paul will get the win via disqualification. So it may set up a triple threat match between them three.
I was just about to say, yeah. Oh, and you know what's crazy? Then Goldberg come back and fuck over Gunther, and that's how you get your Goldberg versus Gunther match.
But then I don't need him accidentally helping Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You show up after the match. You show up when shit. Then you can do what you need to do. I don't need you showing up before or after or during. You can show up after when it's over. Said and either Jay retains or Gunther steals the title back, and then you put Gunther versus Goldberg for the championship. Heading into at that point in time must be MetLife Stadium 2 nights. Cardi B hosting. Because you got 2 nights of SummerSlam. You got to put on.
I ain't gonna lie.
Put on 2 shows.
I don't know if now that we here, I don't know if I want 2 nights of summer. Bro, like 2 nights of Mania is tough enough. Because now you're gonna try to do 2 nights of the Royal Rumble. If y'all do 2 nights of Survivor Series, bro, you can cancel that shit.
Well, the thing with that is then all you're doing is taking the one cage match and putting it as the main event of each show. That's all you're doing. And you just building it. And you're just putting the other matches on in front of it. That's all. You're not doing 2 men's and 2 women's That would be too much of a cage match. One cage match one night, the next cage match the other night.
Right,
and
right,
then you
right.
just put on a couple other matches. And you treat it like the Royal Rumble, where the Royal Rumble only gives you about what 3 to 4 matches, 4 to 5 at most. You may get 3 regular matches and then the two Royal Rumbles. Well, if they decide to do a 2-night Royal Rumble, you get both Royal Rumbles on the first night and second night, and then you would just get 3 to 4 matches after that. Because everybody's going to be in the Rumble, so everybody's not going to have a match.
And I guess too, like with the 2-night big 4 PLEs, I guess you can kind of stretch out the storylines more. You won't have to cramp everybody into one night. So I mean,
True that too, and it depends on how many matches you go. Because you can do 5 and 5, and then you got a weekend total 10 matches, or you can WrestleMania and do 17, and you got 14 matches for a whole weekend. Me personally, or you can go 6 and make it 12, or you can go 11 and just make 5 and 6. Me and personally, I say 5 and 5. But how long is that pay-per-view gonna be? And will it feel
you got to figure it's at least going to go at least an hour and some, at least an hour and 10, 20 minutes.
A 5-match SummerSlam pay-per-view only going 1
hour? Sorry. I was thinking about the Rumble. Sorry.
Oh, I was about to say, like, bro, hold on, wait a minute. You talking about WWE's gonna talk about Vince coming back?
No.
We about to get what 20 matches in 1 hour, bro. I was about to say, like, come on, man.
See, with SummerSlam though, I feel like they gonna try to fill it up with like some like performances and some other outside shit.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean they could. I mean, well, Cardi B's gonna be the hosting, so she might perform. So that's there. But it's SummerSlam, it's the biggest party in the summer. As Logan Paul was able to rip the corner padding off the corner and expose the metal. Oh, elbow to the jaw of Jay as he was trying to do a suicide dive on the outside. But Logan Paul's trying to headbutt him. Logan Paul trying to do the Hangman Page buckshot lariat. That's why you got super kick, because you landed wrong. Supposed to be an effortless flip. I think LP gonna win. Ooh, Earl. Yeah, that's how much you really hate WWE. Not what I wanted to happen, but I know how WWE is. I was about to say knowing WWE and their 20-minute ads between each match. I would say that, but I think we got about another good 3 minutes before it gets out of here. Because I'm guarantee you it's gearing up towards the end. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Uh-oh. 1, 2. Oh, whoo, shit. I was about to say. Whoo, shit.
Hey, you had a panic attack for a minute?
Man, look. It looked like one of them shenanigan bullshit ass ways. You know how WWE is. Give us the women on one night and the men on the other. And you could do that too. There's a lot of options on how they want to do it, but that means you gotta give the women the same amount of time to have enough credibility in their matches. Which means you gotta actually put women in creative ways. You gotta give them all something new to do. Frog splash. Here comes Gunther. And 1, 2, and John Cena. Oh, never mind. It was Cena. Cena came down to fight Jey Uso. Huh. You're trying to choke. That was a corny ass choke with the towel. He did. Like, damn,
Bro,
Cena,
John Cena's too big to be punching like he a little bitch. Look at this.
YouTube. Look at Logan Paul.
He hit him like Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh shit! Here come your boy. The Nightmare's back. So here it is: Jey Uso and Cody versus Logan Paul and John Cena.
Here comes the quarterback. Get the fuck out of there.
Hold on. Jay trying to finally finish the match. It's 9:59. They going for the finish. Bam! There's a splash. Referee thrown back in the
Ain't no way
ring.
the referee
We
out
got
that
a
damn
minute.
long. He
We
got
got
pulled by.
that. It's over. There we go. 1, 2, 3. We got a minute and 30 seconds left. Cody got to talk. Hold on. We got 20 seconds left. Hold on. Here we go. What he got to say? It's about to go. I'm pretty sure it's gonna still go over. Peacock. I mean, you cutting yourself off for what? Nothing. And now they just add seconds to it as it keeps going. Okay. Man, F this BS. That's quarterback one franchise. Quarterback one, sir.
Man, bro, ain't no man. Fuck that shit. Roman Reigns is QB1. Shit, Roman Reigns is the guy. But nah, hey, it is what it is. But okay, so we're not gonna get the 3-on-3. We're gonna get the 2-on-2. Fuck it, it is what it is. Travis Scott must not be ready. Cool beans. That works. My boy. But tomorrow, from the East Side Compound, we got the boys that get up moist, and we got the people choice.
What's that?
Huh? We're on the West Side.
Yeah, what's that? You say East Side.
Are we over here?
Yeah, we over here. Show turn.
Oh, goddamn. I guess I got a pay-per-view to buy. My boy. My boy.
That's been fucked up, man. I'm leaving my house to go to your house. You leaving your house to go to my house.
Oh, shit, my boy.
And all of a sudden, we both text each other here on the way. What you mean on the way? Yeah, I'm on my way. What you mean on your way? I can't with you, man. Hell no, I can't with you, man.
Hey, what Flavor Flav say? Wow, bro, you been letting me say this shit all week. I been like, yeah, the East Side Compound, the East Side Compound. You like, yeah.
No, I never heard you say. I never heard you say the East Side. I would have been said something. I never heard you say.
Bro, I said this is the third time today. I'm up here like reiterating. Oh shit!
I do. This the first time I heard you say. I promise you, it's the first time I heard you say that.
Oh
shit! That's what I'm saying. Something like East Side. Like, nah, bro, we're on the West Side.
Okay, well,
I'm like, no. Oh no, I got all in. I got the next one.
Man, well, hey, shit. Hey, I guess I gotta download Bleacher Report. Let me go ahead and update my credit card.
Oh man, because, dude, we talked about the setup because I'm like, dude, we got to watch both shows, so I need you to set it up so we can watch both pay-per-views at the same time.
Oh shit! Hey, bro, I don't know what I thought. In my head, I was bringing my screen. I don't know.
Hell no. Oh shit! I can see that. It's so happening. We both on the way.
Bruh, damn.
Bro, I'm outside. Yeah, I am too. Where you at?
Hey, where the fuck your car at, bro?
Oh shit! It's in your parking lot.
Damn. I'm glad we cleared that up because, bro, damn. Oh my god, damn. That would have been hilarious. Whew. All right. Okay.
Oh,
that's
that's
a funny.
Girl says Cody and Jay versus Cena and Paul at Money in the Bank. Why make us suffer through these BS matches on PLEs? Because that's the market. Market the name of the match. The name of the match is Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody and Jey Uso.
Hey, it's about that money.
But I could have swore. You know what? I forgot. It's happening Monday. Thinking, but ain't he supposed to fight Gunther at the pay per view? No, because he's fighting him Monday. So that gives the excuse to why it's not.
Another ass PLE in the books. I ain't gonna lie, like when they announced the return of Saturday night's main event, I was happy for it initially. But now that we on like 3 of these, bruh, they can keep this shit.
It don't feel it has lost the luster. It has
Oh yeah.
lost the luster because
Because
one is
they're
supposed to feel special, and none of the matches tonight feel special.
well, it's supposed to feel special, but two, it's like, dude, like all of the Saturday night's main events have been predictable. I mean, well, outside of them crowning Chelsea Green as the inaugural champion, like that was cool and stuff. But other than that, bro, there's really not been like a defining moment to this shit. You just throwing people on Saturday to say you threw them on Saturday.
And that's the thing. It's like, well, the tag team match. I mean, dude, we see those matches on Raw. It's like it's supposed to be big fight feel, and it didn't feel like big fight feel. Like I'm gonna be honest, because they were on a time restriction, they rushed that main event. You threw the cage match in the middle of the show where you probably should have started. You could have threw the tag team match in the middle of the show. You could have did that at 9 o'clock, and then you could have had time to do, or like 8:50 or 8:40. That in between 8:40 to like 9:10, that could have been that match, and then you could have did other stuff. But you threw the Chelsea Green and Selena Vega, which why did you throw that even out there? At one, they got no time. Chelsea Green got busted up, and then Selena won by the luck of Chelsea not being as legit as she was when she was champion. Like, come
Right.
on, man. Like, this is my issue with Selena Vega. It's like, dude, I get she's small and I get she's fiery, but yeah, a lot of luck has to happen with her, and it's like it's not believable. I complained about that about Rio in
Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
I complained about it. It's like even though there are women who are close to their size and they are small, but it's all about what you do and do it. And some it works well, some it doesn't. I don't know, but
Like Alexa Bliss. Hey,
I like Selena.
Lexi. Yeah, go ahead and put that title back on her.
I mean, Bliss has her moments. I mean, Bliss has her moments too. But she's also just now getting back, so she's got to knock off that ring run. But yeah, I just it don't need to be a long run. It don't need to be a
No.
long run. She won it,
Mhm.
cool. She can lose it. She can lose it, and it needs to go to somebody a little more legit. Not even gonna lie, you got two first timers as far as people who never won no other championship outside of in WWE. So now you need that, like I've been saying, for Becky Lynch. Continue to go after Valkyria for the Intercontinental. Or,
Yeah.
maybe it should be Charlotte going after the United States. Maybe it should be Alexa going. Like somebody that's won the women's championship before. One of them need to put some legitimacy to it and give some women some good matches. And let's see who's that next person to step up. Right now, just passing the buck to a lot of these women is not really helping. You got to put some stability into it. You got to put some stability into the women's title defenses and who they fight and who holds it.
Yeah, I feel like much like what the issue was with the WWE's booking at the tag team division, I feel like they're just putting matches together for the women. Like I feel like outside of like the core four, right? So Rhea, Liv, Bianca, and I guess now Becky, they really haven't had any consistent stories that didn't or don't revolve around the title. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I guess Naomi and Jay to a degree now. But I feel like the only time they really put importance on women's matches is if it's going towards a title.
Man, see, big boy, that's why you my guy. First of all, let me get to Earl. Earl says, man, that women's match was. First of all, Leo says that women's match was no more than like.
Don't forget me.
No, I don't want to forget you. I don't forget you. But then Earl says, man, I said it last week and I'm saying it again. WWE is becoming a really hard to watch. And these are some of the issues. But Leo says, I thought Penta was tonight. No, that was Monday. That was like either Monday or the pay-per-view. Because he said he'd been out of wrestling for a while. But Big Boy says, man, and this is where he's like, that was the issue for Liv when she first reigned as SmackDown champion because of her size. No one bought into her. When she came out to do the Money in the Bank cash in on Ronda Rousey, we didn't buy it. I was the biggest, oh hell no, and you was living, we live, and all of that. So yeah, there's definitely been different factors to it in which it just did not work well. That first Liv title reign, like no one bought she was beating Liv Ronda twice in a row. No one bought Liv beating Ronda like that. Now, Bobby, back to you, my boy, please.
No, but no, that's just pretty much what I was saying. I feel like, I would say if the women's matches don't have titles involved, I feel like WWE's kind of been very lackluster, very careless, and very just loose with the stories, which I feel like is unfair. Because with the men, you have the bloodline, bro, or I'm just using them as an example. You have the men who some of their biggest feuds don't even involve a title. You get what I'm saying?
What up, Nick? Yeah, and that's why I say it's important. If you're gonna do evolution, what's up, DJ man? If you're gonna do evolution, you got enough time between now to build up some good quality matches. At least up, you got a good month. You can get some stuff going. I mean, whatever you're doing with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, that can lead to a match on the card. Again, you got the women's mid-card championships. You could put them on the card. Tiffany Stratton's going to face Nia Jax again, or she's going to face Naomi. I think it may be a fatal four-way. You could put that on the card. Again, do I think we'll get one or two veterans that may come back to do some ring stuff? I could see Trish, maybe somebody else, maybe. But I can also be okay with seeing other people in the back. Maybe a Gail Kim because of the TNA partnership. Maybe Gail Kim shows up. You got to take in consideration they may have some knockout women show up. There's a lot of resources they can go to now that they got AAA. You can get some of those women. You got Evolve. You got NXT. So you got plenty of women to do the pay-per-view. Again, it's just about what you decide to create for their story going into it. What are the matches? What are you setting up? How much of it are you setting up? How much time are you getting to set them up for everything to go the way you needed to go? Considering you only got a month. You got about a little bit a month and 2 weeks, 6 weeks. You got 6 weeks. What are you going to do in that 6 weeks while still maintaining everything else you're doing as far as these other storylines with the men?
No, for sure. But my boy, look, man. Now that I see that I'm paying for it tomorrow, I gotta get over here because I'm about to make sure I log into this team. I gotta download these apps and shit. Cause I'm gonna try to get this shit before I fucking fall asleep. Cause I want to make sure that I'm ready to go. I gotta switch this whole room around for y'all tomorrow. So with that being said,
Shit, man. This
y'all,
dude here, man. This dude. I'm
everybody
glad
that
you up.
tuned in tonight.
You definitely would have called off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ah, man, I came with you, man. But
But
nah, man. But
everybody that
folks,
tuned in tonight, we
we love
appreciate
y'all. We
y'all.
appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all.
Big Boy, DJ, Earl, Leo. Hey,
Yeah,
Leo. We doing AEW tomorrow, man. So hey, come on. You on.
you better be on tomorrow, Leo.
You
You
on.
better be on tomorrow, Leo. We better see you tomorrow. We were just coming on for a nice time tonight. We didn't give y'all a good conversation. We talked about what happened. I mean, it's Saturday night main event. We didn't expect too much, but we knew we had to come do something because we had a Saturday night main event. But tomorrow, yeah, man, we're doing double duty, man. We might have to be on a little early because NXT apparently starts at 7:30.
The fuck?
Yeah, if I looked at that right, Battleground starts at 7:30 or 7 o'clock. Either way, I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, it says start time Sunday 7:30.
Well, hey, WWE, hey, again, ain't a coincidence. But look, we gonna be on regardless of what time it starts. So, hey, make sure y'all got them notifications on. I'm gonna put that ticker on, so we gonna be live and direct from the West Side compound. But as always, yours truly, I'm the franchise. He's the king. We the GOW. See y'all tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Peace.